Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello. Previously, we have discussed briefly about the concept of folk, the discipline of folkloristic and folk art. Today, we are going to take the discussion forward and introduce you to Indian folk art. So, as we have seen in the previous class that folkloristics developed as a discipline in 19th century as a method of understanding people from inside out rather than outside in, as done by disciplines like anthropology. So, the focus of folkloristic is to understand people and to look at the folk art as windows to the people's life, as windows to the world view. So, now we come to as we have already discussed who is a folk group. So, a folk group has a proper name to identify, like a group of scientists might also be a folk group, they have a proper name to identify themselves as. Myth of common ancestry, that means that they have a story about their origin, how they originated as a group. Shared common historical memories, that means they have some kind of history behind their formation as a group. Elements of common culture, they share something in common, culturally they share something in common. A link with a homeland, this is particularly important for folk group like ethnic groups who have a link with the homeland. They might or might not be residing in that homeland presently, but they have a idea that there is a homeland for their community, for their group, and a sense of solidarity. Each member of the group have a sense of solidarity because they share common culture. So, India, as we see, is a very diverse country with geographically, culturally, linguistically, religiously, it is a very diverse country, and the diversity is its uniqueness. So, 6 main racial groups are supposed to be residing in India. They are the Negroids. The Negroids or the Brachylophilic came from Africa, where the earliest people to have come to India. They have survived in their original habitat in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The Jarawas, the Onjas, the Sentinelese and the Great Andamanis are some of the example. Some hill tribes like Urulas, Kodars are found in some patches in southern part of mainland India. The next is the Proto-Australoids or Ostrix. This group were the first to come to India after the Negroids. They are people with wavy hair lavishly distributed all over the brown bodies, long headed with low foreheads and prominent eye ridges, nose with low and broad roots, thick jaws, large palates and teeth and small chin. The Ostrix of India represents a race of medium height, dark complexion with long head and rather flat nose. The Ostrix laid the foundation of Indian civilization. They cultivated rice and vegetables and made sugar from sugarcane. These are some of the beliefs that are associated with this group. Now, these people are found in some parts of India, Myanmar and islands of Southeast Asia. The third is the Mongoloids. These people are found in northeastern part of India in the states of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur and Tripura. They are also found in northern parts of West Bengal, Sikkim and Ladakh. Generally, they are people with yellow complexion, oblique eyes, high cheekbones and sparse hair and medium height. The next is the Dravidians. They are the people of South India. They have been believed to have come before the Aryans. They have different subgroups like the Paleo-Mediterranean, the True Mediterranean and the Oriental Mediterranean. They appear to be people of the same stock as the peoples of Asia, Minor and Crete and pre-Hellenic agents of Greece. The next is the Western Brachycephals. This includes the Alpinoids, Dinaric and Elminoids. The Parsis and Kodavas fall in this category. They are broad-headed people living mainly in the western side of the country, such as the Ganga Valley and the Delta, parts of Kashmir, Kathiawar, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The last is the Noric or the Indo-Aryan, the group were the last one to immigrate to India, as it is believed. They came to India somewhere between 2000 and 1500 BC. They are now mainly found in northern and central part of India. There are four main linguistic families: the Indo-European, the speakers of the Assamese, Hindi, Bengali, Odia, Marathi, Kashmiris fall into this category. Dravidian, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada and Malayalam language fall into this category. Austroasiatic, the Khasis of Meghalaya, Mundas and Santals and also peoples living in Nicobar Islands fall into this category. Sino-Tibetan, the Ladakh, the people living in Ladakh, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh speak this language. What is folk arts? So, as we have discussed briefly in the last class, folk art is the art of the common people. These are the art that are passed down from generations after generation with very little or no mechanical aid, and these are not formally taught, but they are learnt by the help of observation. India is a huge country and we have lots of Indian folk art belonging to different category of people. For the benefit of this course, we will only concentrate on Indian folk paintings. Every region in India has its own style and pattern of art. The folk art of India speaks volumes about the country's rich heritage. Being culturally diverse and distinct, a variety of art forms have evolved over the years, some untouched by modernization, some adapting to newer styles and methods. The evolution speaks of dynamic nature of the folk arts, their adaptation to changing times. We can cite few examples like the Kobar paintings of Bihar, done on mud walls for welcoming the newlyweds, the Mazhi songs of boatmen contemplating on life, Jestful Bhangra dance celebrating springtime, edifying Yakshagana theatre for the masses are ways in which folk art is embedded in Indian life. Folk art are not mere items of aesthetic gratifications, but they carry a world of symbolic meanings that are windows to community life. Folk arts are the art that contain essence of tradition. The art forms range from visual to narrative to performative. The visual arts are predominantly functional or utilitarian, created by hand with limited mechanical aid for use by the makers or a small group of people. So, the art forms are usually mostly utilitarian, that means they have utility purpose, and it is said that if an art serves more for aesthetic, it is called an art, but if it has more utility value, it is called a craft. The visual arts are, these arts are often learned by observation without any formal training, and skills are handed down generations after generations just by observation. The 29 states and 7 union territories of India have their own distinct cultural and traditional identities. The diversity can be grappled looking at the vibrant folk art. For the benefit of the course, we will, as I said, we will only concentrate on Indian folk paintings. Folk painting is a large genre in Indian folk visual art. They are intrinsically linked with regional cultural setting of the place of their origin. It is difficult to trace the emergence back in time, and they are called timeless. As I said, one of the features of folk art is that they are timeless. Nobody can trace when they have originated. It has always been there in the cultural matrix of the region. However, cave paintings with natural dyes are believed to be the antecedent of this art. In the days of yore, they were made with natural dyes and colors made of soil, mud, leaves, charcoal or on mud walls, floors in homes or temples. But with the passage of time, acrylic and other synthetic colors are being used on canvas, paper and other objects such as umbrella, coffee mugs, bed sheets, dresses and footwears. And functions of folk painting can be identified as social exchange. Like we discussed, the social exchange is when you are trying to convey something within the members of the community. Ritualistic, that is they are observed during some festival or some cultural event. And entertainment. Entertainment is one of the features of folk art, that is people use folk art just for relaxation or for amusement. Chitra art of Karnataka are intrinsic patterns done on walls that represent important ceremonies and rituals of life, symbolized in geometric pattern. Same way, Madhubani painting of Mithila region, Bihar and Nepal are known for representing ritual content of auspicious occasions such as festival, religious rituals, etc. But on the other hand, we have Kalamkari of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. It is an elaborate decorative art of hand painting done on cotton and silk. Likewise, Chitra of Odisha and West Bengal is a style of scroll painting done mostly on cloth, narrating folk tales and mythological stories. However, these functions are not exclusive. There is fluidity and overlap in roles they play in social life of a community. So, as I said that even the divisions of folklore are not watertight, there is lot of overlap. A tangible product can also be a thing used for ritualistic practice or for festivals. So, we do not have watertight divisions among the folk art. The themes of the painting pertains to belief of the community. The medium used for their execution reflect the available material of the surrounding. Folk paintings can therefore be called a codified glimpse of the region and the community they belong to. Many folk art are source of livelihood for the participants, practitioners. Folk art has been a object of interest and inquiry not only for folklorists, but there has lot of interest in other scholarly disciplines also. In the 1970s, the difficulty of theorizing folk art was exacerbated by competing scholar factions. Art collectors and connoisseurs from art historical standpoint categorized the folk objects into paintings, sculptures and decorative art, and then aestheticized them in terms of material and design. In opposition were the folklorists. So, the folklorists would not do this. They connected folk art to material culture and viewed it in the context of the culture that they produced it. For the folklorists, the culture that produced it was more important than the aesthetic value of it. For the collectors and historians, folk art was a new artistic category to name and describe. Folklorists and ethnologists interpreted the folk object as a document for understanding the lives, stories and motivations of individuals living in the particular times and place. So, let us see some of the folk art painting of the India. From the next class onwards, we will go region wise and we will divide this folk paintings region wise and try to understand them individually. So, the painting which you are looking at is a Warli art. A Warli art is from Maharashtra. This is done by the Warli tribe of Maharashtra. This represent the day to day affairs of this tribe. It will range from the flora and fauna to day to day activity of the community. This is a Madhubani art. Madhubani art is from Bihar and it is also practiced in Nepal in the Mithila region, which was initially called Mithila region. So, this is Madhubani which is done during festivals and in some auspicious occasions. This is Gond art practiced by the Gond community of Madhya Pradesh. This is miniature painting done mostly in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. This painting, the uniqueness of this painting is that it is a small or a miniature representation of a large landscape. This is Sanji art which is practiced in mostly in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, etc. In the central India. It is a paper cutting art. This is Kalighat painting from West Bengal. This is Kalamkari from Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. This is done with natural dyes and which has flora and fauna motifs. We will understand all of these paintings in details from the following classes. This is church art style. This Phad painting, this is from Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh as well. Also some regions of Gujarat also practice this painting. This is Tanjore painting from Tamil Nadu. It is the uniqueness of this painting is that it represents godly figures, and it is mostly has this golden decoration on it. This is Ganjifa, also from Karnataka. This is monastery mural. It is a Tibetan form of art which is present in most of the Buddhist monastery of India. This is calligraphy, Islamic calligraphy. This is temple mural, which you can find mostly in the temples of Kerala. This is Chitra art, which is from Karnataka. You can see very intricate designs in it, and this is also done in auspicious occasions like weddings on mud walls. This is Orissa Pattachitra, which is a form of a scroll painting. This is Bengal Patt from West Bengal. This is Assam manuscript painting. This is one form of painting which is not widely known. This form is present in the manuscripts in the scriptures of Neo Vaishnavite during the Neo Vaishnavite movement. This was started, and this paintings are preserved in the Namghars or the Vaishnavite temples of Assam. This is Saura painting from Orissa. Pichwai, this is from Rajasthan. Bhil painting, this is practiced by the Bhil community of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. Pithoda, this is a form of painting which has fauna as its important motif. You can say large repetitive pattern of horse and elephants in this kind of painting. So, we see that we have lot of paintings in the country, we have lot of folk paintings of the country. What we try to do in this course is try to understand this the various paintings region wise, and later on we try to see how different concepts can be represented through these paintings. So, from the next class onwards we hope to understand this painting regions wise, and try to understand their intricacies, their patterns, their and what the community try to convey through this painting.